Today, I'm going to give you some tips on choosing the right logo designer for your company. But before we get into today's video, I want to draw your attention to two links. First, you can always book a strategy session with me. Right? I'd love to talk to you about your identity and your brand. Second, you could buy my book. I've got a book on Amazon called The Guide to the Perfect Church Identity Branding. Today, I want to give you some quick tips on how to choose the right logo designer for your company. Okay, so I've been making logos for and I haven't been making logos, but my company's been making logos for the last 10 years. And man, I've come across a lot of situations. First, you might have a cousin or someone at the job that that can come up with logos, someone that's really good at Word, Microsoft clip art, coming up with a logo. There's also situations where you're hiring a company that really doesn't do logos, but they need your logo in order to do something else. So they make a logo. For example, printing company, you might go and say, hey, I need business cards. And then they tell you, well, where's your logo? You're like, I don't got a logo. And then they've slapped something together for free or $60 or whatever it is. And then you're coming out with something that probably someone else has. And so it might work for you, right? Quick and dirty. But today I kind of want to give you a checklist of things that you need to look for before hiring a logo designer. All right. So clearly my company, we do logos, but we do logos as a result of an entire branding strategy. So you can't just come to us and say, hey, just give me a logo, because man, there's so much more in a logo. It's like, well, how do we even start to design your logo? There's a full process that we have to go through before in order to get to the point where we can create a logo. So the first thing you want to make sure of is that the logo designer has a process that they go through in order to help you come up with the perfect logo for your company. Second, you want to take a look at their references and their portfolio. I've heard horror stories. I've had companies come in here, entrepreneurs come in here and say, hey, I gave some money to some guy and, it's not the logo that we want. So you want to definitely ask for references and check out their portfolio. Third, you want to make sure that you have a clear picture, but that your logo designer has a clear picture of what kind of business you're even in, right? I think the cool part about the way that my company is set up is that because I'm not a logo designer, but instead I am a sort of like a business consultant, it's easy for me to step into the shoes of the entrepreneur and really start that company with them. But then I can go back to my design team and say, man, this is the type of logo that I think we should have, right? So, but with a graphic designer, you might just be in a situation where all they can do is logos and they're not really business savvy, but they may be very talented at logo design. And in that case, again, you might have to think for them, right, and bring that to them. So you want to ensure that the designer's not just using any kind of clip art, right, but that they're using something that they came up with themselves. You also want to insist that when you're designing the logo, that the designer is going to give you back the files, the final files, Illustrator files, vectorized files, so that the logo, if you want to put it on a big billboard, it's not going to get distorted. You're not just going to have this small logo, and you want to make sure that that's organized in some kind of style guide, right? A guide that will let other people know how to use that logo. Finally, you want to make sure that that you can copyright this logo, something that you can definitely have the legal rights of them. So when you're out there getting your logos, always be sure to negotiate on your pricing, but just know that you get what you pay for. Right, so a $60 logo is going to be a $60 logo. It is what it is, and you can't really expect much from it. So you wanna make sure that you work with a reputable company, and if Creative Complex can be of any service to you, we'd love to help out. If not, I hope that you take these points, and when you're going out and hiring a logo designer, that you follow these steps that I've helped bring to light to you. All right. So hey, at the Creative Complex, we're always here to do a strategy session with you, just to talk about your business or your logo. Maybe you want to show me your logo and get some more ideas. Book a strategy session. Let's talk. This is Alex Miranda coming to you from the Creative Complex in Miami, Florida. I hope you enjoy my videos. There'll be many more to come as I continue to talk more about branding.